Tonight, got a few things to say. I want to introduce what we're about tonight. So this story begins on the 22nd of June 2009. It's my first day in the Chicago office of Optiva, where I've been a trader for a couple of years in Sydney. When I got to the office, a fellow colleague, an Australian who had been there 3 months before me, took me around. Did the usuals, a bit of small talk, got to the stock trading desk, and there were 3 traders focused on one stock. Now, that may not be unusual to you, but in Australia, every trader covered about 7 to 10 stocks. So here in America, we had 3 traders on one stock. That one stock was Apple. So I looked at him and I said, "What's the story here? Why do we have so many on Apple?" And he looked at me sheepishly with a smile. He said, "You don't know how much goes through this thing. The value each day is more than 1.5 times the amount traded on the entire Australian equities market." I was absolutely blown away. That was the beginning of my aha moment. So 3 years down the track, I quickly realised that was just one stock out of 6,000. That one stock had more volume, more opportunity, more liquidity, and more energy than the entire Australian share market from top to bottom. What about the other 6,000? So 3 years later, being immersed in the markets, I quickly realised that when it came to financial markets, the US was Mecca. And I'm a bit of a stats guy coming from a trading background, so I'll just run you through some of those stats to prove how much of a Disneyland it really is. So when foreign money goes overseas into international share markets, 85% of it lands in the US. Not only that, the entire market cap of the US share market is 30% of the global share market. There are 900 international companies, that's non-US companies, listed on the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange, representing about 47 countries. When you think about it, the US is where the world trades. On top of that, just to add to it, there are 2,000 ETFs that allow you to access pretty much anything you want. If you want to get short oil, you want to get long oil, you want to trade China, you want to hedge your euro pay, whatever you want to do, you want to put your money into robotics, there you go, the US has it. And on top of all of that, just to add a bit more to it, it's got the lowest brokerage costs in the world due to competition. Oops, I forgot to press that one. We'll move on. Fast forward 3 years to 2012, and I just arrived back in Sydney. And what's a young professional to do when they want to get their money working for them? They obviously want to put it in the place that gives them the best chance of success. And knowing what I knew that was the US. But when I went to go open an international trading account, the whole process from beginning to end was broken. Opening an account was cumbersome. There was heaps of forms, paper as well. The platforms were clunky. They were really, really poor actually. And then when I went to go, if you actually got this far and you wanted to actually trade, the brokerage was absolutely exorbitant. I thought, here I am, a partner at a trading firm, literally at the coalface of financial markets, and I can't even get access to the US market. How's the regular person on the street going to do it? So I remember at the time I was thinking, geez, Australians work really hard for their money, yet when it comes to investing, their money can't actually work as hard as everyone else. So that's where Stake steps in. We're here to democratize access to the US share markets, so those outside of the US can have the same access to those inside the US. We want to break down all the barriers that have prevented Australians and other people around the world from getting access to the world's greatest share market. And we're going to do it through an amazing UX, which we've already done already, which launched today, and the lowest possible price. So anyone, anywhere can access what they rightly deserve. And now, obviously we've been in pilot for 1 year, so I just wanted to give you a bit of a sense as to where Stake is right now and what's in for the future. obviously our app launched today with a really good, obviously you can see an amazing rebrand and what we're trying to do. And I'm really proud to say we got it out the door. It was tight. But in terms of the app itself, I'll just give you a little bit of background as to what excites me the most about it. Obviously it's a really new, sleek experience. It's a new look that represents the energy of our customers. But the one-click trading, instead of having to go to the cart, for those who are current users, literally just using a couple of clicks and you're on your way, you can buy great companies like Netflix. And also for those now who want faster funding, there's an option if you fund before 4 p.m, your money will be in the States that evening. So you can go through the whole journey of signing up on the app, funding your account and be trading the same night. It is literally, I think, the fastest of anywhere outside the US. In terms of the app development, things will always get better as they do. We'll be pushing out some pretty big changes the next few weeks to open it up to an even bigger audience, which we're really excited about. But I won't give too much away because you'll hear more later on. In terms of testing the app, we had a pretty interesting 2 weeks. We had 7 journalists who had been long-time supporters of Stake. Some of you are here tonight. Who tested out the app. We had a trading competition. We put $500 in everyone's account and whoever finished top could donate the profits, whatever they were, to charity. But I won't talk too much about the results as yet. I want to talk about 2 things that really shone for me during that process. Everyone was awesome participants. We had a lot of fun. I'll just talk about 2 moments that really stuck with me that may give you a sense of how much fun we had. The first is to Bryce Lesky from Equity Mates. I know Bryce is here tonight. I won't throw him under the bus. Bryce, maybe I will. So Bryce had the unfortunate situation of buying into a stock called Avalara as a recently listed software company, and it literally dropped a little bit. Bryce got out and the thing ended up rallying, I think 20% over the next 2 days. What made matters worse is that Will McInnes from AFR, I don't know if Will's here, literally bought it when Bryce sold it. So good one, Will. Unfortunate, Bryce. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But my favourite moment out of the whole trading comp was when Fred Shabeshta from Finder, who's a big cryptocurrency fan, posted an article with some comments on what he thought about the author's opinion. Thought it was biased and it wasn't fairly written. Unwittingly, the author was one of the journalist was one of the competitors in the trading comp. So we diffused that situation and got on with the comp, but it was a lot of fun. Before I announce the winner, I actually get the 2 co-founders, Dan and John, I don't know where you are, and they can hand out some of the prizes. John here as well. And they'll also cover the prizes for the door competition tonight. So I don't know if Fred's here, but Fred won the competition. He had a 4.8% return over the 2 weeks. If he's here. Alison from Finder, you can come and represent if you're around, pick up a little prize. You can keep these, Alison, don't worry about Fred. Why? And as I said, I did mention you, Bryce, and we were having a lot of banter on the side, and I picked up something from my own library this morning on the way out. I thought it'd be appropriate for you. So I had 2 copies. It's one of my favourite books, but this one's for you, Bryce. So wherever you are, you can come and grab this little. I haven't signed it or anything, but there you go, mate. Well done. And John and Dan.
Okay, thanks, Matt, and hi, everybody. So you would have seen as part of your invitation tonight that there was a competition. And the competition was basically to win $500 of trading credit on Stake. So, and to do that, all you needed to do was be one of the first people to go and download the app and go and sign up. And if you already had an account, go and trade. And I'm pleased to say that we actually had dozens of you guys do this, and we had a lot of people come through, so we were blown away by the level of engagement from the people in the room. And I'm pleased to announce that the winner of the $500 is Matt Gemmell.
And the winner of the quiz at the door this evening was Dennis Gallagher.
Hey! Thanks, guys. Oh, my clicker. I need the clicker. Technology. All right, so a couple of other things that are on the pipeline for Steak and that launched today is our referral program. To me, it's the first of its kind in the trading space. The way we see markets is community. It's people coming together, whether it's in a WhatsApp group, it's on Facebook, it's on the floor in Chicago and New York, or it's on the screens. It's in the office chatting about stocks, or what things are going to do overnight, or what they're going to do tomorrow, or what they're going to do in a month's time. So we wanted to harness that instead of discounting the brand by giving people credit on the platform or free brokerage or some dollars in their account, and actually bring people together and harness what the market is all about. So we've actually taken a totally new spin, and we're actually partnered with Wayward Brewery, and for those of our customers that refer to their friends, they get to share it over a six-pack of beer. I would warn you, please do not drink and trade. It's not good for returns at all. Amongst other things, not only there's hats and shirts that you guys can get from referring. Tonight, you don't need to refer, so grab one on your way out and check them out. Wear them all over town, that'd be great. But please do refer Steak, obviously. The other thing we talked about a little bit was being that US outside the US. For us, this is not a problem that exists only in Australia. It exists all over the world. People want to access the best companies, the best opportunities. It doesn't matter who you are. You want to give yourself the best chance of success. And so for us, we're starting to move into other markets very slowly, or things are happening pretty quick, but I won't go into it now. There is one person, if you find him, it's a bit of a Where's Wally competition, he will give you the inside scoop. So try have a drink with that person and you'll hear a lot more about what we're up to and what's next for Steak. Oh, this does wave. Really got to work on my clicker skills. And one more. So before I let you guys go and enjoy the rest of the evening, I just want to say thanks to the people that have put this together. Obviously to our customers that pushed us ahead and made this the #1 priority. I want to thank you. The amazing team at Steak. We've had a very hectic couple of months, but everyone's put their head down. Long nights, early mornings. I cannot say enough about you guys. I just love coming to work with you guys. To fellow co-founders, you guys are absolute rocks. Thank you. To Sling and Stone for putting this together. Nicola and the team there. Never Sit Still for the video. Design Studio for allowing us to be the first Australian client. To our partners, Sunlum, OFX, Macquarie and Drive Wealth, allowing us to bring something like this to market. And obviously our families as well that put up with us late at night, early in the morning, deal with the kids, all that sort of stuff that we seem to get out of by working on this. So I want to thank everyone tonight. Thank you for coming. Thanks for being part of the community that's changing the face of investing for Australians, and have a great evening. Cheers.